Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to the Thank You for Playing podcast. We cover a variety of topics, mainly game related. They range from gaming news to anything fun. I'm the Mighty Toro, and I am joined by my wonderful friends / co-hosts, Lambo, editor extraordinaire, and BLJ,
Hello.
artist supreme. How's it going today, my dudes?
It's going, my friend.
It's going all right, man. It's going all right.
Good to hear it. Good to hear.
Y'all feeling nice and refreshed after that little break we took?
Oh yeah, for sure. Went into the hyperbolic time chamber, regenerated, all that battle damage, and now I'm back.
Yeah, feeling a little rejuvenated. Was able to catch the new Dragon Ball movie. It was a good time.
How was that?
Yeah, how'd that go?
It was good. It was a little different though. They went with a different art style, so they went with a more 3D aesthetic around the whole movie. So, for Dragon Ball, the fight scenes are very fast paced. A lot of punches, kicks, teleports, all that kind of stuff. And that was there this time, but I feel like with them going the 3D animation route, I don't know if it seemed a little slow, not like, it was like moving in slow motion or anything, but for a Dragon Ball movie, it just seemed a little slow during the fighting scenes. But I mean, overall, it was really good. I really enjoyed it, and it looked really good too. But the 3D animation just kind of looked slow at times,
Oh man, there go that artist point of view. His artist was tingling.
Nah, but overall, it was good though. It was good. I don't want to spoil the movie for anybody if they haven't seen it, but
I have
new characters in there, new information. So it was good.
I haven't seen it, and I probably won't see it for another 5 years unless it just falls in my lap. But I have been hearing very positive reviews. I even hear that Gohan, it was his turn to step up and save the Earth, and people were pleasantly surprised and satisfied with what they got. So I'm happy for them.
He stepped up and saved the Earth before, though.
True, but apparently
it's been a while.
It's been too long of a gap.
It's been a while.
Yeah, before him and Piccolo-sama, before they, Grammar Police don't come after me. Before they stepped up and saved the Earth, it's been a while. So that's cool.
Yeah. But before we get into the main topic, I got a brief question for you guys.
Uh-oh.
It's not necessarily video game related, but I heard this discussion recently. I wanted to get y'all opinions on this, and I feel like we have had enough experience in this section to give our 2 cents. But I was just curious, when it comes to fast food, who has the best French fries?
Whoa! What kind of question is that? Blindside me with that question. You gotta walk on eggshells asking questions like that.
That's a hell of a question,
though. The best ones, but like you can give me like your top 2 fries.
Top 2. Popeye's chicken fries, for sure. Those Cajun fries.
Okay.
Those are gladiator level fries. They are fantastic. They do not let
I've never had Popeyes.
They are very good. And
I'm gonna have to go with Golden Chick though.
Golden Chick not bad either. But I'm gonna go ahead and give my number 2 pick. And for those that are just now meeting me, I'm the Mighty Toro, or Toro, as you should say. And I love French fries. I haven't shared that on here, but I am a potato fiend. I love French fries.
I'm a French fry connoisseur. Yeah,
it's one of my favorite foods. So
it's that Irish heritage in you.
Yeah, apparently so.
And that's where the Flanagan comes from.
Yeah, indeed. But I was going to say, don't take me lightly when I'm judging my French fries. I've eaten a lot of French fries, savor the taste and look at the texture and all that stuff. So Popeyes is definitely one of them. with the Cajun flavor.
This fry is slightly undercooked. Trash.
And I will go.
What about you?
My second one, and when they're prepared correctly, my runner-up is
Okay.
going to be Wingstop. When they're prepared correctly, when they're
Yes.
just the right amount of crisp with that sugar or whatever that flavor is, and you dip it in the cheese sauce, boy, that make my power level go up. Let me fight one of them DBZs and like they got sensu beans. Give me those Wingstop fries. Let me scarf down a handful of those. I'll probably be unbeatable. But yeah, that's my take on it. Interesting question.
I definitely
But
got to
yeah.
agree with you, though. Wingstop is a fantastic runner-up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, what about your two, Mr. Lambo?
I got to go with Golden Chick and Wingstop. Like Golden Chick, every time I go there, their fries are on point. They're the perfect level of crispy on the outside, still kind of creamy on the inside. Fantastic every time. I don't think I've had a bad experience with their fries yet.
And for you guys that are listening to this and you don't live in Texas, Golden Chick is only in Texas, right?
Oh, is it?
Am I
I didn't
wrong?
know that.
I have no idea.
Because I'm in Arizona. I've never seen that until I went to Texas last year.
It might be.
I didn't know that.
Well,
I thought everyone got to enjoy the splendorous bounty that was Golden Chick.
Ike.
let's for this bounty. I think it's only in Texas though. But I did have it while I was down there. It was pretty tasty.
I will say, if you
Pretty
come to
tasty.
Texas, don't bother wasting your time with Whataburger, though. That's just overrated. Does not live
Whoa.
up to the hype.
Well, those are interesting too. Golden Chick and you said Wingstop, right?
Yeah, Golden Chicken Wingstop.
Man, if I
What about
had
you?
to get my favorite two, oh man. So I've heard this debate a lot over the years, and I always hear
Mhm.
people put McDonald's first. And I will say some fresh McDonald's fries, fresh off the grease, and they salted just right. They are pretty amazing. But I want to say I'm a big fan of the Burger King fries, man. I probably put that.
Burger King is good too.
I probably put Burger King number one. Number one, right?
Yeah.
And then we had to go number two. This is very recent, right? Because I've been going to this place, and I will only get 2 large fries of this, and then I get some sauce with it, and call it a day. But that's Chick-fil-A fries.
Oh, that's another good
Chick-fil-A
pick. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
For
right.
sure.
Chick-fil-A, man, I want to say sometimes I don't know if they like cut the fries too like thick, so it's dang near a wedge sometimes. But the majority of the fries, they be pretty crispy. They salted pretty good. Get some Polynesian sauce with them things. Pretty delicious, man.
See,
And
so you do
then-
the Polynesian?
Yes.
See, I like to dip my fries in barbecue sauce, and I know Toro likes to dip his in ketchup, but I mean, barbecue
Well, you
sauce for me
see-
is where it's at.
Don't listen
So-
to that. And that was a bait to make me enrage, but I'm not gonna
No,
enrage.
barbecue sauce is where it's at.
Oh no, I'm talking about ketchup, my boy. Another time, but Toro does not eat ketchup
No, man.
whatsoever. But continue, please.
I know this conversation is about fries, but like when it comes to sauces, barbecue sauces,
Mhm.
Wendy's barbecue sauce,
Oh,
boy,
they got some good barbecue sauce though.
it's sweet a little bit. Man, that thing is
Mhm.
delicious. And then just
But they
to
never
get off
give you
this
enough
topic,
though, and then they always get mad when you ask for more.
I know they give you 2, maybe 1.
Yeah,
Hey, can I get 3 more? No, you only get 2. Your boy be pissed off in the front seat.
gonna be
about
$3.50 per pack.
No, so but if I had to do a runner up with fries, I don't know if you guys ever been to Red Robin, but
Yum.
the Red Robin French fries are pretty delicious.
Everyone in the audience just
fry
said that.
seasoning at the fry seasoning that they have at the table. You
Mhm.
put that in on the fries. Pretty good, man. Pretty delicious. Pretty good.
I don't think I've
But
ever
anyways.
eaten there. I don't think I've been around one.
They in Texas, right?
Somewhere, I'm sure, but we don't have them here.
Oh, just not near you.
Yeah, I'm sure they're
Gotcha.
up in like Dallas and Austin and all that.
Okay. Okay. Well, anyways, that was just my question for you guys. Just wanted to know your 2 cents on it.
Right on.
But
Right on.
anyways, to get into today's main topic, which is gaming news. What's
And
on
everything
everybody's
fun.
mind? What's some news that came out that you guys intrigued you guys?
Whoa,
Well,
you asked the right guy. Let me pop in here and get louder. River City Girls 2, baby. Still ain't gave us a release date. So boo on that. But
finally.
it's getting close. The original release date was summer 2022. But they reached out to the
But that's
fans.
now.
Yeah, they reached out to the fans and they were like, "Hi guys, just checking in with you. We want to polish the game, so thank you for your patience. We'll let you know the new release date." And so far, we haven't got it, but they gave
And
us
then
a
everyone
little
was
treat.
pissed.
Yeah, well, they weren't pissed. River City Girls / Way Forward community, they're actually chill. So they
Oh,
gave
that's
us a
surprising.
trailer. It dropped, I believe, September 2nd recently, and they show you what has been going on in the River City Girls world. After Misako and Kyoko, these two pictured here, after they defeated the final boss in the last game, her name is Sabuko. Sabuko, not Sabuko. Sabuko. Sorry about that. Her name's Sabuko. After they defeated Sabuko, she got flung out of a window. She survives, and she's
As you do.
disgraced. She's disgraced that she lost and she failed to uphold her father's legacy. Her father is Sabu, and he was a crime lord. And Misako and Kyoko's boyfriends, Kunio and Riki, they beat him in a previous game. So her brother, named Ken, that's this guy here, Ken finds her and ridicules her a little bit and saying that she's weak, and he steps in. But they also go and free her father from the prison. Her father's this towering, intimidating dude, and in the trailer, you should watch it. You should go look for a River City Girls 2 Village trailer. But her dad is like, "I'll take care of it. Leave it all to me." And you play the first game, you're like, "Oh, this shit is gonna be live." So I'm excited about that. Also joining the
It
fray.
sounds like their dad is Geese.
Oh man, yeah, he might be Geese in disguise, but they're
Yeah.
also being joined by two new characters. One of them is Mariam or Mariam. I'm getting the name mixed up, but she was the original damsel in distress and Double Dragon. The one that took the punch to the stomach. Oof. Well,
Yep.
she got tired of being a damsel in distress, and I'm gonna get our editor Elite Lambo to pull this picture up. But look at her now. She's got all a six pack and all that shit. She's putting her hair up in a ponytail, and she's gonna kick some ass. And later on in the trailer, they show her and another young lady. I don't know her name, but they show both of them, kicking ass on the streets. And then on top of that, here's the banger. It's 4-player co-op now. So I'm like, whoa, back to the voice like this. Let us give it some extra polish. If extra polish is us being able to do 4-player co-op, then shit, polish that mofo. But yeah, that's my
Well, if that's the case,
intro.
then Gotham City Knights needs some extra polish because that game should be 4-player.
I know it is co-op, but yeah, for sure, I don't think it's 4-player. But that would be nice if it
2-player
was.
only.
I'll take what I can get, and I got a confession. I'm not a Batman fan. I'm not. I haven't
Neither
been,
am I.
but I've been watching this Gotham Knights gameplay, and it kind of makes me want to play it.
I said Gotham City Knights, didn't I?
Yeah, but I
I'm
do
mixing the two
at.
games up.
Yeah, I saw the boss fight with Harley Quinn. Interesting.
Yeah.
I saw.
Yeah.
You look good.
I saw Batgirl at the headquarters in the daytime, and they say at night the mission's only at night. Daytime it's more like a home base / lounge.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was interesting. Out of all 4 of the knights, I'm least interested in Red Hood. I've never been gravitated towards Red Hood. Like to me,
You
and
just
I'm
make a
not
lot of
bashing
people
him.
angry.
He seems like more of a Punisher Junior, but
Yeah.
his
Oh,
his
it's fighting words.
I'm just saying his backstory, it was tragic.
Yeah.
And one of the many reasons I don't like Joker, I've not been a fan of him. I'm not drawn into how crazy he is. I don't really like him as a character. I'm not really invested in the Batman universe. But Red Hood is definitely my least favorite of the four. But I'm going to give him a go. I'm not going to say he's unplayable, but I'll definitely probably try the other three first.
What about your favorite of the four?
Man, I had a feeling you was going to ask me that. And I'm torn between Nightwing and Batgirl. Nightwing because he just looks badass. Batgirl just because she looks badass. So I'm torn. But I'm looking forward to that game.
Red Robin's not on that list for you?
No, not really. He's more of a yellow light. Like I'll see what Robin Jr. can do.
Gotcha.
What would
Yeah,
be
I have
cool?
to agree with you. Nightwing is definitely the one that I think would be most fun to play.
What would be cool? Did y'all ever watch the R-rated dark animated movies of DC and Batman? Did you ever watch
I think I've
those?
only seen one of them.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
Okay, they're really good and they're dark. But there's this one movie, I can't remember what it's called, where Bruce Wayne, he's gotten a lot older and he takes on a new Robin. But this Robin is young, but the kicker is this Robin is a female, and she's a redheaded Red Robin. Yeah, she's a redheaded Robin, and
They didn't put a lot of thought into that one. It just went with the
maybe
obvious.
it was a hidden meaning, but
Yeah.
She learns from Batman, and that would be cool if they could swap out the other Robin with her, or like a swap.
Right.
They have the same moves, but she made an appearance because she was pretty cool. So maybe we'll be able to find an image of her. But she was a cool sidekick. Her story was very interesting.
I forget which Batman it was that I saw some clips of, but it's a Batman where Thomas Wayne, which is Batman, like Bruce Wayne's dad, is Batman, and I think that's rated R.
That's
I forget
Flashpoint.
I forget the name. Oh, okay, that one looked really good.
Yeah,
because
that Thomas Wayne shows up when the Flash. I think he goes back in time to save his mom, if I remember correctly. Like he goes back in time to save her and creates a new timeline. And in the new timeline, Bruce Wayne dies instead of Thomas and Martha. And Martha goes crazy and becomes the Joker of that universe, and Thomas becomes the Batman of that universe.
Man, I love Thomas as Batman because he has a don't give a freak attitude,
Pretty using guns and doesn't care. Like basically Batman and Red Hood / Punisher Jr. mixed together, but better.
I saw a clip. He was breaking somebody's fingers trying to get them to talk, but he was like just breaking their fingers. I was like, wow, Batman would never do that, but it was
that's
pretty good.
The movie I want to see. Like they keep rebooting Batman and just doing regular Bruce Wayne. I want to see the Flashpoint Batman with Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne as the Joker. I think that's a really good story that would draw a lot of people in because everybody's so, like Toro alluded to, obsessed with the Joker now. Having that movie, I think, would be really good. I think it'd sell really well as long as they had the right team behind it.
Yeah.
But I'm getting distracted. You brought up something I've been wanting for several years.
I seen a little bit of it and I loved it. I just watched the clip on YouTube and I haven't made time to see Flashpoint, but I will at some point. But it looks really good from what I saw. I think just because it was so opposite of the good Batman. I'm not saying Thomas Wayne is bad or anything, but he's just more, he gets straight to the point. Like he's not really nice about anything. It's like give him the answers right now.
Anti-hero.
Yep.
Yeah, that's I got you.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, so for you, Toro, you said River City Girls. That was some of the news you brought up. Anything else?
Oh yeah, I'll go ahead and cover my second topic. I'll speak about it briefly. It doesn't really affect us, and I know like I tell y'all listeners ever so often, you can put your tomatoes down. But the PS5 received a price increase in various parts of the world. It did not receive a price increase here in the US. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't have the business goggles on, but from a people standpoint and showing love to your fan base, I don't think that was a good move. Not at all. There may
Why
be
not? Why
some,
do you think it's a good move?
huh?
Why not? Why not a good move?
Why not? Because I like to think that the price increase was already a hefty price tag. I don't have the exact numbers, but I know over in Japan, they're super upset because it went up quite a bit in yen. And there are other
Yeah,
areas of the world where it got jumped up, and people are
it went
already
up
trying
about
to.
in Japan. It went up about the equivalent of like $100, $110, something like
Yikes.
that.
So think about that. You already wanted one. There's people around you that have one. You had the money to buy one. It's just they were in limited supply, and you've been waiting patiently to get one. And now they're like, well, we're going to raise the price up, and good luck getting one.
Yeah.
See that? That's not good.
And I think the reason that people in Japan specifically were upset about it is because, like I was saying, it went up about $100, but in places like Europe and the UK, it only went up about $50.
I wonder if those different places that have the scalping issue. I'm pretty sure that was a worldwide thing, but I can't
Yeah,
imagine wanting to get a new system that you already can't get because bots get them before you can, and then now, let's say they are available, they're just higher in price by default. You know what I mean? Like, so if you've been waiting, what how long they been out? Like 2 years now?
That's a good question.
About a year and some change,
I think
maybe
it's been a
almost
year and
two.
some change.
almost 2 years. I think it was like November 2020, if I remember correct.
Yeah, because like now, like you can get a system if you go
Yeah.
online and go to an app and meet up with somebody. Like, oh, I got one for you for $900, or if you're lucky enough to find a bundle somewhere. But I don't think you can just go anywhere and find a system for 500. Just at the store.
Well, yeah. And I think that's
I
part of
could be
it. I
wrong.
think the scalping issue is part of it, but also like one of the factors that they cited as to why they decided to raise the price was the crazy inflation all around the world. But then you also have Japan specifically, like their currency has been tanking lately and it's very
Hmm.
weak right now. And so the fact that there is such a discrepancy between the European version only going up 50 and the Japanese version going up 100 does fall in line with the Japanese currency being a lot weaker than other currencies around the world right now. But it is weird that they cite global inflation as a problem, and we, as Americans, we know how hard inflation has hit us here at home. Housing prices have gone up, I think, on average like 25% in the last 2 years. Food is up like
Yeah,
10%, gas is up like 30% or something like that. And then we're not getting a price hike on the PS5, which don't get me wrong, I'm not asking for one. It's just weird that they didn't.
right.
So I don't know.
That's the upper floor people stuff. They don't
Yeah.
fill us in, so I'll leave them to it.
And for me, I don't really know that there's a clear cut right or wrong answer here. I mean, if they're not making money, enough money to cover, because, the PS3 is a perfect example. Even though it was $600 at launch, they were still losing every system they sold. They were losing money on it. But it wasn't as big of a loss, and they were making that money back on software sales and other hardware sales for controllers and things like that. But if the PS5 is at a point with inflation and currency rates where they're losing too much money that they can't reasonably recover their losses, then I can kind of understand that from a business perspective. But I do also see it from the perspective that you were talking about, Toro, where it's not really the best choice when it comes to taking care of their fans and customers. So it may be just a situation of they're going to lose one way or the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
That boy got deep.
That's what she said.
That boy
What I
turned
do?
to a serious man. Y'all give up Lambo, man. Throw your roses up there, some applause. But I have been enlightened. But yeah, those are my two things, though. Like, my news is brief, but I just wanted to talk about those two things.
Well, that's fine, because I got some stuff I want to bring up that I was going to ask you about, because I feel like you would have a strong opinion, hopefully, on a couple of these things.
Oh,
Let's
man.
hear it.
Ask away.
So, did you hear that Netflix is going to be making a Horizon Zero Dawn series?
Whoa! I didn't. No, I take it back. I heard of it briefly, and I guess it didn't stay in my temporary file cabinet because I heard that fans. I can't remember her name, so I won't mention her name. But it was an actress who played on Game of Thrones, and I think she's a natural redhead. And I think she had a romance in the character with Jon Snow. She was a wildling or something like that.
Yeah, I know.
They
I know
were
who you're
saying
talking
that
about.
she would be a good Aloy, but
yeah,
I'm not heavily
I know who you're talking about. I
invested.
don't remember her name, but I'll pull up a picture so everybody can get
I'm not
a mental
heavily
image of
invested
her.
in Horizon. I played it a little bit, and I need to go back and finish it. So I don't know if she's a perfect pick, but I could see them, using her because they already shared similar, like they were both kind of wild, raised in the wilds, both characters that were being portrayed. So maybe she would be a good pick. I don't know, but I heard about it briefly. But
I definitely could see her being cast just as a lookalike to the character. She looks the part for sure. But I've only ever seen her in Game of Thrones, so I don't really know that she could act the character. I'm not saying that I think she can't. I just don't know if she can.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they announced that they're going to be making that show, and they're going to have oh man, what is the dude's name? I am drawing a total blank. Help me out. What's this guy's name?
I don't know.
Steve Blackman. There it is going to be helming the series.
Oh man, we wouldn't have been able to help you anyway because I don't have any idea who that even is.
Now I'm drawing a blank on the other one. He's done another show. There's another big show on Netflix that he did. Umbrella Academy, I think. I think that's what it was. I think he was on Umbrella Academy, and now that show's in its last season, and then he's picking up work on Horizon after that.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Which I don't know if either of you have watched Umbrella Academy, so I don't know if that helps you in any way on how it's going to be directed.
Does not ring a bell.
Yeah, I can't really help you out, man. I don't really watch TV like that, so I definitely don't know.
Well, they did say that they're going to stick with the original story.
Ah, the original story. Got you.
Yeah, they are going to follow the story from the games. Looks like they're going to be starting out with Horizon, the first Horizon game, and going forward.
Okay. Yeah, and was there another show or just that one?
Yeah, I forget who. I think it's also Netflix is going to be doing a BioShock series as well, or maybe a movie.
Okay.
But that was
another
one.
series I'm not too familiar with. I just know the big thing was called Big Daddy, right?
Yeah.
That's all I like. My knowledge of that is very, very shallow. I'm not going to be one of these armchair directors. I had no financial responsibility for these projects. I didn't have any responsibility writing the story. I have some friendly advice. If you are an armchair director and you're listening, don't watch it, or kindly, I'm going to emphasize that, kindly
Shut the
give
fuck up.
feedback. No, I'm not going to go that route. Kindly give feedback on Twitter. Kindly give feedback on a YouTube video. Don't ridicule someone's intelligence because you don't agree the way a project was handled or is being handled. We as human beings, and sorry, I'm not trying to turn into a philosopher, but we as human beings should know better. We're a very advanced species or race, civilization, whatever have you. And some of this stuff, mainly why I'm not on Twitter, I read is embarrassing. These people, I think I mentioned this in an episode before, but a lot of these game developers spend countless hours away from their family and home and hobbies they
Countless.
love to do. Yeah, countless. And they think you're going to like the product, and you play it for 10 minutes and say all these derogatory, mean things. Not necessarily you, the listener, but I'm just saying those out there. And if you are one of those people, you should rethink your actions and reboot and try again, because there's no room for that in our society. Man, Lambo got serious, and here I am scolding people. Anyways, that's my take on it. So
I mean,
back to y'all.
yeah, but in all seriousness, no, though you can offer criticism without being a dick about it. And that's what it really gets down to is like, yeah, if you don't like it, that's fine. You can voice your criticisms about a product without being a dick.
For sure. Unless your name's Dick. But it's rare. That's like an old school name. Because then you
Shout out
be
to
a
all the
dick.
Richards out there.
Yeah, there you go. Then you can't. You get what we're saying.
Yep.
Then the other thing I was going to ask you about is Forspoken. Did you see that new trailer / gameplay thing they showed off?
Kind sir, I did, and man, you are winding me back up, because before they showed that gameplay, which the gameplay looks amazing, by the way, it looks good. Before they showed it, they had another trailer they did, and people said the trailer, the gameplay wasn't even that long, and the reception, I think journalists were just thirsting for a headline, but they were
Oh, well, you
saying
can't
that the
trust them
gameplay,
anyway.
yeah, the narrative was corny. Forspoken is going to suck. It's corny. And I was like, what? So I click on it, and it looks fine to me. But the footage in question wasn't even that long. And I'm like, golly, these people have to really be bored to conjure this up and get people up in arms to be against this game. And then lo and behold, a couple weeks later, they released the footage that you were mentioning, and now people's attitudes are changing. Oh, I may give it a try. Oh, much better. And I just don't understand the logic. But you were asking me about it. I've been on board since I've seen it day one. I think it's a unique concept. I can't remember her name, but from what I know, she's not having a great time in New York. I don't know if she's getting bullied or what. But she
lives in New York. I mean, that's all you really need to not have a good time.
Yeah, she's up on a balcony or something like that. And I think she has a pet cat, and she's talking to it. And something happens to where she gets transported to another world. And it's more of like I don't want to say medieval setting because I don't see any knights, but it's more like a fantasy setting. And she has this golden bracelet I don't want to say it's bound to her, but I think it is. She can't get it off. And it talks to her, and it gives her magic powers. And she has to, I don't know if that she has big matriarch energy, but I don't know if she's an evil queen or what, but she has to fight her way out of that world. And I'm guessing eventually confront the woman that I mentioned. And I've been on board since I've seen it. I'm going to give it a go. I hope it, surpasses all my expectations, because the animation, the graphics, the general flow of combat from what I've seen, it looks amazing. So I don't just throw that word around lightly. unless it's like a samurai game. I'm very samurai hack and slash biased. Shout out to
Abe.
Samurai Warriors. Yeah. Shout out to Samurai Warriors, Dynasty Warriors, Warriors Orochi, etc., etc. But yeah, this game looks amazing. So hopefully it surpasses my expectations. And on a future date on this podcast, you'll hear me talking about how great the game is. But yeah, to answer your question, I seen the footage and I was impressed.
Well, you said you didn't really understand people saying the game was corny, right?
Yes.
Maybe I can elucidate you a little bit. Because I was one of those people that thought that there were some corny parts to that game based on the footage that we saw originally. But I wasn't one of the people saying the entire game was corny because of it. I thought the dialogue was pretty cheesy. Like, it just seemed very forced and corny. Like, but that was the dialogue that they showed specifically in that trailer. But having seen the new trailer, it seems like the dialogue is more refined, more natural, and just not as cheesy as it was the first time around. I really think it's just that they chose a bad part of the game to show off. I'm not even going to say a bad part of the game, just not the best part of the game to show off when you're first revealing it, you know?
Not a good first impression. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, exactly. Because looking at this footage that we got at Gamescom, the game is, you know, and we've talked about Forspoken before a few weeks ago. You know, I said that the game is beautiful. It still is a beautiful game. And seeing a lot more of the gameplay now and the traversal mechanics, that looks a lot more fun. I wish they would have shown this off the first time around. I wish this trailer was our first impression. But even this trailer does have its drawbacks. Like, I feel like they spend way too much time on the conversation between her and I think it's an armor smith, and like talking about the upgrade stuff. Could have spent less time on that, but overall the trailer did make a much better first impression than what we got first time around. So I am now moved from kind of indifferent towards the game to now I'm kind of interested in it and I want to see more, and I may actually pick it up and try it out. So I'm one of those people you were talking about. What about you, BLJ? What'd you think?
I didn't catch it myself,
No?
to be honest with you. No. That's why I was just taking the back seat, let you guys speak on it.
Well, to bring out Toro's inner weeb again, what about that Where Winds Meet trailer? That reveal?
Whoa, weeb energy is flowing off the charts. So,
Yep.
yeah, here I am again. They keep summoning me, but I like the flow of the game. Looks like our protagonist, our potential protagonist, I don't know if they're a protagonist, but looks like they're on
Definitely
quest
seemed
for
like
revenge. And whoever was singing that song towards the end of the trailer, boy, that mug was slapping. But anyways, the environments look good. I like the way the combat is. It's still early, so I don't want to speak too much on it. But they showed a handful of characters, and they all look interesting. I'm wondering. I can't say I remember the trailer shot for shot, but I don't know if our potential protagonist, is locked to strictly swordplay, or they'll be able to change weapons. But I did see him get
any other weapons in what they showed.
Okay, I thought so, but I saw him get his Prince of Persia on, and he wall crawled on a boat or something. That was badass. So
and there's definitely some Assassin's Creed elements in there with him walking around town and kind of like posting up against the wall, gathering information.
I want to say the clip I saw when he was riding his horse through the tall grasses, it looked very Ghost of Tsushima-ish. Graphics look very similar. But yeah, like you said, when they showed him walking through the town and stuff, it looked just like Assassin's Creed too. So
yep. Yeah, it
Might
seems
be a
like
little
they
hybrid of
mixed
both.
a lot of things together. I got some Assassin's Creed, some Ghost of Tsushima, got a little bit of Souls games with some of the designs of the characters and the environments. There was something else that I got in there too, and now I can't remember it. Oh, Far Cry, because you're going around. They show a scene where he's going around collecting materials out of the wild, like hunting wildlife and getting materials from them.
Mm. Okay.
So yeah, it's definitely piqued my interest. I definitely want to know more.
You know, it looked really good. Very good.
Well, we'll see what happens once they
Yep.
decide to show us more.
But I feel like I've been doing a lot of the talking, and I didn't mean to steal the spotlight all this much. So what you got for us, BLJ?
I got one for you. One small one. Have you guys seen the new game Rumbleverse?
I seen it and I was like, whoa, this looks too cheesy for me. And I dabbed. Like I Matrix dodged that mug. But I heard some people say the gameplay was fun. But I wouldn't know. It didn't draw me in.
I don't know anything about it other than the name.
Oh, so you don't know anything about it at all?
Nope. I've only heard the name, but I could not even begin to tell you what it is. I would just
Oh, okay.
assume that it's a multiverses clone. Smash clone.
No, it's a like a Fortnite clone. You know, it's a what's that type of game where
Battle
you're in the
Royale?
world and yeah, so it's a battle royale, but there's no guns. It's actually a battle royale wrestling game.
What?
So basically,
Yeah,
so
say
basically,
interesting.
yeah, you create your little avatar or whatever, your little person, and then you fly into the world. It's literally like a town, you know,
Yeah.
with cars and buildings. You can climb up the buildings and stuff, and it's hand-to-hand combat. So they got special moves, slams. You can dump somebody off the top of a building, like to the ground. Like basically, it's like them simulating like off the top ropes. You know what I mean? Or you can jump off of a skyscraper and elbow drop onto someone. You know, like it's pretty crazy.
Oh man, I might have to buy this game now.
I think it's a free to play game, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm definitely going to be elbow dropping people.
Yeah, and you can slam people on cars, right? But like you don't actually slam them on the car. The car acts as a trampoline, so you can. Let's say if you choke slam somebody on a car, like it'll make you just bounce up even higher. So you basically just propel yourself in the air and slam them even. Yeah, it's a pretty dope game. I've been watching a lot of people play it. I haven't played it myself just because I haven't made the time to play it, but it does look very interesting.
Is it based off of anything, off of any pre-existing IP, like how Multiverses is, or is it completely new?
Yeah, no, all this stuff is original. It kind of has a Fortnite look to it, like color scheme wise. Look at the environments and stuff. Like if you were to walk into someone's room and see them playing this game, you might mistake it for Fortnite for like a second until you realize it's hand-to-hand combat and not guns, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a pretty cool looking game. I've been watching a lot of clips on it and it looks very fun. I'm very entertained just watching other people's play. Yeah, it's really good.
Kind of reminds me, what was that battle royale that we played a while back, Toro? The martial arts one?
I was just thinking about that mug not too long ago. I have no idea, but let me see if I can quickly find it because it should be in my catalog.
I remember you had me playing that game too. It was pretty fun.
It was a fun game, but I can't remember what it was called.
I'm drawing a complete.
Well, while you figure that out,
Fallen Kingdom.
I don't think it was called Fallen Kingdom.
While you figure that name out, another thing in the news. Oh, what's up? Did you find it out?
Yeah, Hunter's Arena Legends. That's what it's called. Hunter's Arena.
That's what it was. Yep.
Yeah, it was a fun game. I need to see if people still play it. They're probably still on there. Maybe jump back in there and see.
I'm sure there's a few hundred people on there still. Yeah. Enough for a game.
Go ahead, BLJ. What was you saying now?
Another new thing in the news. They released a new The Last of Us Part 1 only for PlayStation 5.
Was that
How do you guys feel about that?
I
Knowing
didn't
it's a
play the
game.
first one, so it would be a brand new experience for me. But there is some backlash I hear that it doesn't justify them charging it for full price, $70 for a game that came out in 2013.
That's
You
rough.
know, I feel that too. I feel like given the phrase "a new coat of paint" is kind of an understatement, because if you look at how the game looked in 2005, or even the remastered version that came out in like 2014 or 15, this PS5 version looks way better than all of those, obviously. But it is kind of hard to want to get behind a game that's almost 10 years old and play brand new video game price for this 10-year-old game. You know what I mean? Not 10 years old, about 8 years old. But
Well, especially when you look at games like Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, their remaster of the game is coming out later this year, and they're only charging $50 for it. And they are certainly putting in more work for that remaster because it's being ported from the PlayStation Portable to a PlayStation 5.
Gotcha.
And they're only charging $50. So, I mean, when you have that contrast, I can definitely understand how people would get upset paying.
But do
$70.
you think the reason for the lower price is the PSP game is shorter than Last of Us, or are they around the same length? Because I was just thinking, if it's a PSP game and they are remastering it, making it look better, how long was Crisis Core?
I want to say I played it for like 25 or 30 hours.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it wasn't the typical 40 hours like you have with most Final Fantasy games, but I feel like I got a decent playtime out of it.
Got you.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a tough pill to swallow. I would say for someone who's never played the game before and you decide to jump into it now, I don't really see that being that hard to purchase that, because it's a new experience for you. But for someone like myself that played the game when it first came out in 2013, and then they bring it back almost a decade later, and they're like, "Hey, pay full price for this game." It's kind of hard,
for the
man.
second time on top of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same exact story. If it just looks way better. That's the only thing, you know. There's nothing really changed about it. And then on top of that, it doesn't even come with the online mode that it had. It was called Factions, and it was basically like you can do like 4-on-4 death matches and stuff like that. And
the multiplayer was amazing.
Yeah, the multiplayer was really good. That's probably the only shooting game that I really spent time on trying to get better at. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but I suck at shooting games. Halo, Call of Duty, Apex. Don't ask me to play. I am dookie at those games. But when Last of Us came out with their multiplayer, I actually practiced that one quite a bit. It was pretty fun. Like, it was really good. And that's not even included in the newer game. So it's really hard to justify that price point when, you know, it's just a graphic upgrade and it don't even have the same features, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that really is a kick in the teeth. Like I'm finding a hard time justifying how they could charge $70 if they're taking the multiplayer out, because you could easily play the multiplayer for hundreds of hours.
Yeah.
Like the multiplayer is the reason I didn't finish the campaign. Like I got pretty decently far into the campaign and then played the multiplayer and then didn't want to go back to the campaign.
I heard that they're adding it later.
Well, see, that's what they said with The Last of Us Part 2.
They're probably going to charge you $20 to get it too.
Yeah, The Last of Us Part 2, you know, that came out, 2 years ago, almost 3 years now? And they said they were going to add the multiplayer later, and that hasn't even came out yet. But this newer Part 1 has came out, and they still talking about releasing the multiplayer later. So at this point, you know, it's like, when are you going to release it? Because now you've released a whole new campaign game.
I feel like, check it, I feel like that The Last of Us 1 will get multiplayer because they're just skinning, like they're keeping the same base skeleton of the game. They're just re-skinning it, like they're updating the graphics,
But
all
then
the
why not have it
animations,
now?
all the voice clips, because it's not finished. Like they finished the main story, but they still have to go in and finish with the multiplayer, all the executions, all the maps. Like that's a different mode. So they're releasing this now, and they'll release the
Let me
multiplayer later.
rephrase that. Why not have it on release and just push the release back until you're ready?
Because investors want their cash. It's been too long already.
But the
They
fiscal
want
year isn't
results as
up
soon as
for several more
possible.
months.
Yeah, true. But I think they still had a deadline to meet. That's just me, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's just how newer games work. It's not uncommon to get an unfinished game these days, and then
Especially
get
from
the new stuff
Ubisoft.
later on. And then it make you pay for it, you know. But yeah, so that's new.
I know
Also,
there's
there's
some
a
of you
new
out there that'll remember the whole fiasco with Rainbow Six Siege and what we saw prior to release and what we actually got. So, but that's a whole nother can of worms.
Yeah, there's a new Saints Row out that hasn't been getting the best reviews by fans.
Which that one kind of snuck out too. Like I didn't even know that there was a new one coming until it was out already.
Yeah, man, I'm not really a Saints Row fan, not because I dislike it. I think I only played 2, and then I played another one where you could be the president, and it had aliens and stuff in there. I'm not sure which one that one was.
I think that's 4.
Yeah.
I
That one I
didn't
wasn't
play
really
past
that much
2
a
because
fan
they
of.
kind of got crazy.
Yeah, I didn't really play that one that much with the president and aliens and stuff because it was just, I don't know, it just wasn't for me. But 2 was really good.
Yeah.
But I guess this newer one that's came out. Oh, what's up?
I was gonna say, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed Saints Row 2. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah. No, it was a really good game. I've been playing that back in what, 09 or 08, something like that.
Give me lying.
Yeah, but I guess the newer one, fans are just not feeling it. You know, it's a lot of bugs in the game. I guess there's a lot of, glitches in the game. I guess the story is uninspiring. You know, people are not really feeling the characters, not really feeling the gameplay.
Why is that?
I want to say, I think, well, from what videos that I've seen, like of people describing the game, it goes from little stuff to like bigger things. So they say little stuff like the sounds of the guns don't sound that great. They say like, yeah, the missions aren't the best. You know, the characters aren't really as cool as the characters from Saints Row 2 or, the later games where, people really like those. And I guess just a lot of glitches and stuff that goes on, and then I guess, like I said, people that really follow the story and stuff like that, people just they're not feeling that at all either. I haven't really heard too much positive about it, to be honest with you. I even heard someone complaining about like they have like during combat, you can do like these special takedowns, but these takedowns take like super long to the point where if you're in a gunfight and you do one of these special takedowns, the animation lasts too long and it kind of takes away from the actual gunfight experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they said a lot of mission structures are kind of repetitive, where you drive somewhere, travel somewhere, and you just kill a lot of people and drive away, or you drive there, kill a lot of people. Like it's just kind of repetitive. So
yeah,
which kind of sucks because when I heard about the game, I was like, oh, I'm gonna try out this new Saints Row game, and I can still try it out, but based on what I've heard, I might just wait for it to be on sale and try it out then.
I'll just wait till it's free.
Oh yeah, PSN baby.
It'll happen eventually.
Might be another. Yeah.
Usually, the worse a game is, the faster we get it for free.
Man, I can't disagree with that.
Yeah, so hasn't been too much good about that one.
Which makes me
Not at
sad
all.
because Saints Row 2 was such a high point in the series, and I don't know why they got that little bug in their brain to just go wacky and over the top with it. But
Right.
to me, it kind of ruined what they had going.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get into the one with the president like that. It was just it was weird, man. Like he had power ups where he can just run like extremely fast, and you can run through cars and stuff, and the cars will just bounce off you. I was like, this is very arcadey, and that's cool.
Yeah,
if,
what if the president of the U.S. was a superhero, and also there's aliens?
Yeah, no, I wasn't really feeling it, man. Wasn't really
Can't
feeling
say I blame you.
But I got two more brief things. So there's been some new Street Fighter clips come out with some different professional players playing the game, and they've shown off some new combos, some new strategies that we haven't seen because, a lot of times these developers play these games and they're not really the best. They're just playing the game, they're just playing the game versus, trying to showcase showcase the mechanics in a way that a top player would, a tournament player would.
Right,
you know what I mean? Yeah, so they gave a demo to some players on the East Coast, and they played and broke the game down and had some matches, and they showcased some new combos, some new tech, and it all looked pretty interesting. Pretty interesting.
Turning that hype meter up more and more, huh?
Yeah. One thing that I saw that really impressed me was Jamie. After his level 3, he can combo after it. I didn't know you can do that. But
and that's not going to be
street.
And that's not going to be broken.
I don't know, but I saw it and I was a fan of it. I liked it
because they normally don't let you combo after a level 3, right?
In Street Fighter, no. That's usually like a Marvel thing.
Yeah, they'll probably patch that. Oh, didn't know you could do that, and they'll patch it before release.
Yeah, so
no fun allowed here.
Have you guys seen any of that footage at all?
I didn't even know that footage existed.
I ain't watched it. I'm not on the hunt. Street Fighter 6 finds me. I don't find Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, Toro doesn't play fighting games.
Man, you got me.
I would definitely have to share those clips with you guys, man. I guess the last thing on my note list here is the new DNF dual patch that no one seems to
what
like.
Patch?
Exactly. They patched like 2 things in this. Before I go into these patch notes, how do you guys feel about DNF as a whole? Like, I know you guys. I don't know if you guys are still playing it, but I know at one point you guys were playing it quite a bit. I mean, we've played it together quite a bit. So
I was on it the other day. I dedicated too much to Striker to not play the game. Yeah. I heard that Swift Master got the beats put on him, but my nemesis Hitman did not get the discipline he needed. Striker's guard crush combo has been nerfed, and I'm trying to remember what else I heard. It was something else. Did they do something to Grappler? I can't remember.
They did something to Grappler's his knee drop special or whatever.
But I hear he still can do his infinite, so it didn't really help.
Oh no, so they patched it so you couldn't do the infinite.
From what I hear, there's a different route, but I don't know.
Oh, it might be a different route, but I guess the route that he was able to do, which is a very hard route to do, it required a lot of one-frame links to do, which is not impossible to do, but very hard, so most people wouldn't do it anyways. That route is not in there for sure.
Got you.
Yeah. But other than that, man, I mean, they did minor changes to Striker. They did changes to one change to what's the guy with the gun and the sword? Hitman.
I know his name.
Yeah, his awakening they nerfed it a little bit where you can kind of poke through it if you time it right.
You talking about Rainbow Slash?
Yeah, they nerfed that a little bit. Yeah.
A little bit. Ooh.
Yeah, so when I saw the clip of them showing like how you can interrupt it now, like you can actually like kind of bypass it. I mean, it's still a tough thing to get across, but now it's just not like super brain dead. You know what I mean?
Well, it
It's
should have
still a
been
tough
like
cookie,
negative
huh?
300 on block.
I agree.
Yeah. And then other than that, I guess people didn't like the patch because they changed like one or two things for characters, and then they really hit Swiftmaster with the nerf bat. But then everybody else stayed the same. So I guess people were looking for characters to get a buff here,
But they're
buff there.
probably not going too trigger happy because I just told you these armchair developers, they think they know what's best for the health of the game. Now, if they went out and nerfed all these different characters and eliminated a lot of their routes and what makes the character have an identity, then people would play it for maybe a month or two, go to a tournament here and there, and the game just doesn't feel the same anymore. It just doesn't have flavor. It feels bland. They overdid it. Like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, I guarantee you, nerfs are coming. So to our listeners out there, if you're one of those armchair developers, calm down. Nerfs are coming. They are still gathering data.
Hopefully
They
buffs too.
acquired enough data for Swiftmaster's crazy ass. That's why he got blindsided with the Nerf bat. He got German suplex. But nerfs are still coming. They don't want to over nerf the character. Y'all are fickle these days, and I'm not attacking you, but a lot of the community are fickle. They'll say they want something and they'll get it and don't even use it, or they say it was overdone. Developers can't read your mind,
But they
and a
can
lot
read
of
your
these
tweets.
nerfs. Oh yeah, that
So
too.
be nice.
A lot of these changes come from Salt. They're looking at it from a realistic, healthy game function point of view. A lot of this nerf and buff come from Salt. You got bodied. You didn't accept the defeat humbly. So you use your Twitter fingers and type up a 300 page essay and say, this needs to be fixed or you're losing my business as a customer. This game is unplayable when indeed it is very playable. So today I've been philosopher Toro quite a bit, but we're covering news. So I'm giving my opinion, but nerfs are coming. You can almost guarantee it. It's almost as if I work for the company DNF Duel. I'm not going to say that, but nerfs are coming. They want you to enjoy their game. They were passionate about it. They put out a lot of videos leading up to the game's release. The developer, the main developer or main producer, I hope I'm not, butchering his title, but he came out and was saying, I can't wait for you to play this game. I want you to enjoy it. So why would you think nerfs are not coming? They are. They're just gathering more data. So relax. All right, back to y'all.
Well, we just lost our friend BLJ, but
oh man, my rant was too long.
Yeah, he got tired of hearing you talk, so he just bounced.
I see, but that was his topic. So.
Yeah, nah, he looks like he's having some computer issues, so we're gonna wrap up. We'll pick it up next time once we get everything situated.
That's totally fine. That just means that 1 week vacation he partied too hard.
Oh yeah.
We'll have him explain himself next episode.
And the only thing I wanted to touch on was that we got a new, and I'm excited for this because we haven't had a good racing game that I've really been excited about in a long time. But we got a new Need for Speed coming, and I am really eager to see what they're going to do because it seems like it's going to be kind of an open world racing game, maybe mixed with a little bit of Burnout, and I love the Burnout series, so I'm really excited to see where that's going to go.
Oh. Well, only Need for Speed I played was Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit on
PlayStation a good one, 1. Though.
Oh, yeah. With the El Nino car.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, well, I hope it's everything that, I hope it impresses you. We'll put it like that.
Yeah,
But
but like I said, we still don't really have anything other than they are working on it, and like a 5-second clip of them running into an obstacle. So it's really hard to tell what we're going to get with the final product. So I'm not making any judgments one way or the other. I'm just excited for the prospect.
Gotcha. Well,
So we'll see.
if that was the last topic, I guess I'm gonna thank everybody that's listening. I always do. Hopefully
Thank y'all
that
for
doesn't get
coming
repetitive.
out.
Yeah, for sure. I always want to extend my gratitude and say it's been an honor. Feels weird that
Always.
BLJ just teleported out of here, but we'll have, like I said, we'll have him explain himself next episode. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
But until the
Where
next
were
time,
you? What happened?
yeah, what happened? Until
Where
next
were
time, you
you?
guys be safe out there. This interrogation, you having a little too much fun with that
Yeah,
interrogation.
sorry.
But it's all good.
Got a little carried away.
You guys be safe, and we look forward to you guys pulling up a virtual chair and hanging out with us next time.
Oh yeah.
So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for playing video games. And thank you for playing this podcast. Lambo, you got anything, or we heading out?
Nah, just that was it, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let us know what news you've heard recently that you're excited about. What's upcoming that you're looking forward to. And, if you got some opinions on the things we talked about, let us know that as well.
All right, Lambo, let's go play Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit.
I'm in. Let's go.
Later.
Later.